DeepSeek will make you a better real estate agent. Last week of January 2025, a powerful artificial intelligence came accessible for the public for free, a tool called DeepSeek. It had profound implications for economy at large because it made a lot of the other state-of-the-art AI models obsolete. And these models, they costed a lot of money. As an example, ChatGPT, one of the best versions, costed $200 per month. Well, now they're accessible for free. So let's dive right into the 7 methods on how you can use DeepSeek as a real estate agent. With this document, we've created a full SOP on how to use DeepSeek for your business. If you like to access DeepSeek, there's a link to right here. And all you have to do to receive this document for free, just comment DeepSeek under this video and we will send that over you for free. So let's go straight into it. So the first use case is going to be your personal technical assistant. So for a lot of real estate agents, being not tech savvy, right, is a big challenge. Maybe you're trying to do something online, right? Maybe you're trying to set up a tool, right? And you're getting stuck, you're getting frustrated. We've all been there, right? So with DeepSeek, it can instantly solve any and all technical issues you're having with online tools. So you're never gonna have that problem again. To do that, you just have to use this prompt to overcome any technical challenge you're facing. So the prompt starts, my goal is insert goal. The tool I'm using is insert tool. Give me a step-by-step, click-by-click breakdown on how to do this. Assume complete unfamiliarity with the mentioned tool. So let's go over a use case, right? I'm gonna go ahead and show you an example. So here we have, my goal is to create an automated drip campaign for new listing leads. The tool I'm using is KV Core. Give me a step-by-step click breakdown on how to do this and assume complete unfamiliarity with the mentioned tool. Here we also have a second one, right? My goal is to add subtitles to a video. I want to post as an Instagram reel. The tool I'm using is CapCut. Give me a step-by-step click breakdown on how to do this and assume complete unfamiliarity with the mentioned tool. So again, to use this, right, you just copy and paste the prompt right over here. You go to DeepSeek and you plug that right in over here and press send. So over here, it's going to give you steps. So now that the DeepSeek is completed with these steps for you to create these captions, right? If you're still stuck, it's okay. So all you have to do is you can take a screenshot of whatever you're going through. So you can go ahead and take a screenshot, put it into DeepSeek, and it can show you what you need to do next. Now, the beauty of this is that if you don't know how to take a screenshot, well, you can ask the DeepSeek, well, how do you take a screenshot? So you can go through every single step by step, right? You just have to talk to it and it's going to instruct you through all of these technical difficulties, whatever you're going through, in a very seamless way. Just like basically a pro technical expert would expert you as well. So let's go ahead and go through the use case number 2. So the use case number 2 is going to be market research for marketing that works. So a lot of the times, if you've ever done any sort of real estate marketing, you've created a video, you created a social media post, you've created any kinds of real estate marketing yourself, right? You have probably gotten into a problem where you don't know what to create your post about, right? What to write about, what to create a video about, what to make your ad about, right? What is the idea for my marketing? And the marketing fundamental that you need to learn and use, right, is obviously the market that you're in, right? So the homeowners, home buyers, home renters, right? Those people, they have certain needs about the problems, desires, whatever the case may be. But the problem is that we don't really know, okay, what are those desires? What are those problems, right? So in an ideal world, you would know every single thought somebody has. You would create a marketing piece that talks about those exact thoughts and then showcase how you can solve them, right? And you would basically get virtually all of the business in the market, right? Because you would know all the information about their mind. The problem is we don't know it, right? But with the use of DeepSeek, we can also learn about it, and DeepSeek can actually help us understand our market better. So let's go over the methods on how you can do this. So method number 1 is getting inside of the mind of your ideal clients. And so here, step number 1 is to use this prompt and fill in the details at the bottom of the prompt. So here we have the start of the prompt, and we say research and analyze the state of the real estate market mentioned at the bottom of the prompt from the point of view of target audience and using this knowledge. Here we have a second one. So write a list of 10 main psychological fears and frustrations in the current real estate market we're in right now that the target audience may experience as relates to the problem that the service solves. Label this section understanding the customer's fears. Now, we're going to go through the main objections, we're going to go through the main frustrations, we're going to go through the unrealized hopes, we're going to go through the top 10 motivations that drive your target audience as well. And then here we're gonna add in the details. So you wanna make sure you wanna add in your service name, service description, target audience, and describing your target audience. Now, for this particular video, we have already created examples of this, so we can show you this prompt and how powerful this can be. So let's go ahead and take this prompt. So all we have to do now is just take this prompt, copy this. And then as you're using this prompt, you do not need to change anything right over here. You just have to change these details. So again, just service name, service description, target audience, and describing your target audience. So for these details, I'm gonna go ahead and obviously take our example details. So for our example details, I'm gonna go ahead and use this one right over here. So our service name is listing service. You have service description, real estate service that helps homeowners in Seattle to sell their home for the highest price. And target audience is homeowners in Seattle. And then describing your target audience, people in Seattle who own a home and want or need to sell it and move to their next home. So we're gonna go ahead and send this, and we're gonna see the result it spits out. So first, it's going to show the understanding the customer's fears. So here we have fear of selling below market value, fear of a long, drawn-out selling process, fear of hidden cost, fear of market instability, fear of poor representation, fear of poor buyer negotiations, fear of overpricing, underpricing, fear of home inspection issues, fear of losing out on their next home, fear of scams or unethical practices. So we already have like tons and tons of content ideas right from this first result. Now let's go to the next one. So understanding the customer's frustrations. We have frustration with complex paperwork, frustration with lowball offers, frustration with lack of buyer interest, outdated marketing strategies, time-consuming showings, inaccurate home valuations, slow market activity, lack of control, high agent commissions, emotional stress. Again, we have another 10 ideas we can already do, but more importantly, now you know with your real estate marketing, maybe what are some of the things that people are maybe kind of second guessing, right? Maybe you've gone to a listing appointment, but they didn't list the house with you, right? It could be one of these things, right? Maybe they were a little bit worried that, again, that it wasn't accurate, the valuation you gave them, right? Or maybe they were worried about your commission, right? Whatever the case may be, right? Or maybe they were worried about the buyer interest, right? Whatever the case may be, the thing is, with your marketing, you can talk about these things and overcome these objections before they then happen on the actual listing appointment. So we wanna make sure, again, you know how to do marketing that actually addresses some of these objections. Now, over here we have understanding the customer's potential false beliefs. So believe that the real estate services are the same, believe that they can't get a better price, the selling is too complicated, they don't need professional help, market is too competitive, they can't afford listing service, they believe that their home isn't sellable, they believe that they lose money no matter what, they believe that they have to settle for less, they believe that the process will take too long. So these are some of the beliefs that are not necessarily objectively true, but these are some of the beliefs that can still hold people back, right? If the people think that, hey, I can sell the house myself and just bring in 20 buyers just like that, right? Take the pictures with my iPhone without paying a real estate agent, right? Well, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. If they still have that belief, right, you're not gonna get the listing. So you must be able to educate people on the right beliefs, right, by demonstrating some of these things so that then, again, you can make that sale. Going back to understanding those potential false beliefs. Now, another one is understanding customers' hopes. So, and then we also have customers' motives, etc., etc., etc. But the point of this is that now when you create your content, right, when you create real estate marketing, the beauty is you have the right answers, you know what they're thinking, so you can just go ahead and create content about that. So let's go ahead and go over some of these ideas for content you can now implement. I'm not going to go over the full prompt, you can see it and try it yourself for your exact market, right? But okay, first content piece you want to do is to create a short 6 to 10 minute video. Very easy to create, 5-minute video, 6-minute video, 10-minute video, right? And then you address any of those things. Number 2 is text-based emails that sound like the realtor is writing a one-on-one email to an individual, right? You can write a story-based post, you can have a text, you can send it to your database, and you can go over some of those issues. And believe me, people are gonna open up a lot of those emails, you're gonna read through them, right? Because the thing is, you're talking exactly to what's going on in their mind. Another one is a short-form vertical video for real estate placements. A lot of our clients have gotten 1 million views, 2 million views, 3 million views for short-form vertical video on Instagram. Platforms like Instagram, very good for something like this. You can call people out, whatever they're thinking, right? And then you can talk about that topic. Another great way to generate leads, generate content, generate more clients. So this is the prompt number 3, right? So market research for marketing that works. It's gonna help you create your marketing really crisp, and you're gonna be light years ahead of all those real estate agents that are still using the automated content or little tool by their brokerage. You're gonna be so much further ahead. Now, let's go ahead and go over action step number 3. Let's go over the use case number 3. Use case number 3 is creating Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and email text-based content. So how to use this is you can pick out a topic of one of the lists you previously already generated with the market research prompts, and then ask DeepSeek to write a post around that topic. Now, after DeepSeek gives you the first version of the post, you ask it to make any revisions you think that are necessary. So let's go over the prompt. Write a Facebook post in conversational style, use contractions and a friendly tone in the voice of David Ogilvy. Be informative, deliberate, don't ask people to reach out to you. The post should be insert topic and the goal of the post. So let's go over the example. We're gonna go ahead and pull up this prompt, put this to DeepSeek. Okay, so now we have this post ready to go. One of the biggest mistakes I see real estate agents make is that they go ahead, right, and then just take this post, copy paste this, and then just put it to their social media. That's one of the biggest mistakes, because if you just take it, right, it's gonna look like it's AI, right? And then if people see that it's AI, it's gonna break your trust. People are not gonna wanna read your post in the future. So when you're using AI tools like this, you have to make sure that it sounds like a human being. That's what we're gonna cover at the end of this video, so make sure to watch till the end. I'm gonna go over exactly how to make it sound like a human so you can make your post successful and have that long-term brand value in mind. Use case number 4 is creating Facebook, Instagram Reels, TikTok, and YouTube short scripts. So if you ever create video content, you know that one of the biggest problems is obviously the topics, obviously the scripts, right? So how do you come up with unlimited amount of perfect scripts, perfect topics, right? So let's go ahead and use this prompt. We're gonna go ahead and plug this right into DeepSeek. Now let's type in city. We'll type in Los Angeles. And then I'm gonna plug this right in. And then over here with DeepSeek, you can also see whatever thoughts it's actually having. Okay, so we were finished with the prompt, and let's see what it spits out. So here we have Secret LA Locals Gatekeep Series. We have LA versus reality humor skits. We have time lapse, The Vibes. We have 90s LA nostalgia dump. We have Mystery of the Week, Before and After LA Edition, Guess the Spot Challenge, and so on and so forth. Now, once we have these ideas, it doesn't stop there. We can actually create a full script about these ideas. So let's go ahead and then plug in this prompt right here. Write a Twitter thread with really strong hook about insert topic here. So let's go ahead and pick one of these topics. Let's take 90s LA nostalgia dump. I'm gonna plug this right here. And obviously, as we discussed earlier, there are some tips and tricks for how to make this sound more human. So we're gonna go over that as well at the end of the video. Now, let's go over use case number 5. So creating long-form YouTube video scripts, very similar prompts that we have right here. You can plug this right in, and then you can also get it to write you a 7-minute YouTube video script about using insert topic there. So example prompt, you can use that right over here. So write a 7-minute script for a YouTube video talking about the most interesting and insightful pros and cons of owning a home, lifestyle, and living in Silver Lake. Simple as that. Now, use case number 5 is hooks, headlines, and subject lines. So for a lot of real estate agents, they use a lot of email marketing, right? So people send constant emails to their database. Also, obviously, you are going to be creating different social media content like Facebook posts or YouTube videos and any of these things. And you always need to hook people in order to get them to actually consume the content. That's why a lot of the times when you see kind of like automated content, right, or you see delegated content, it doesn't work because it actually has nothing that's going to catch people's attention. So what you need to do constantly over and over again with any kind of marketing is you need to hook people in. You need to have a headline, you need to have a subject line. And like David Ogilvy said, right, the greatest marketer ever, right, in the world, what he said is that 80% of your marketing spend is being already spent when you select your headline. For if you run even like a newspaper ad, your headline is 80 cents of your advertising budget. So essentially, when you go about creating your hook, you can use this tool to create your hooks and then give you different ideas, give you different inspiration for creating those hooks. So here are some prompts for hooks for social media posts. Also over here, you see prompts for email subject lines and then prompts for headlines here as well. So with these hooks, you can then plug and play them directly to your social media content, emails, whatever type of marketing you're doing, right? You can plug and play directly there with slight adjustments that we're going to go over at the end of this video. Use case number 7 is listing descriptions. Let's face it, most of the listing descriptions out there, they're not very good, right? They're not very professional. They don't really entice a lot of desire for the property. And so with the use of AI, with the use of DeepSeek, you can actually also make your listing descriptions better, and in that way generate more demand for the property. So you can use this prompt right here. You can plug and play this to DeepSeek. Again, get the property description for that as well. And obviously you just want to add different features of the listing, right? Information about, let's say, an existing page with the details of the property, right? And then it can come up with that listing description. Over here you see an example prompt as well. So next, let's go over the most important section of the entire video, customizing your DeepSeek generated content. So DeepSeek AI is an incredibly powerful tool, but it's very rare that you could use this content, use this information as is. So you must always customize the content that you generate. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that the content, it's going to sound like AI. And if you do that, right, you're going to break the trust, you're going to break the brand that you have. So make sure that you always customize it. Now let's go over how you can actually then customize the content that you create through these core principles that you can then apply. So first principle is adding emotions. DeepSeek, any sort of AI tool, can certainly mimic emotions, but at the end of the day, it needs help conveying the nuances of emotion that can really come from real human experience. So think back to the times when you experienced the emotions the copy is trying to convey, and then add those details into the copy. So you want to make sure you read through the post and add in your personal experiences, add in your personal emotions, and then that way, right, the post will become authentic. It's going to become real. Second principle is avoiding deja vu. So DeepSeek produced copy is always based on finding and reproducing patterns. And it often is going to sound formulaic. It's going to be coming up with words, phrases, and patterns that your market has probably already heard about time and time again. And what you're looking to do is you want to find and eliminate those areas and replace those areas with copy that is newer and fresher. So if you have something that's like, okay, this is a little odd, right? I've heard this before. You want to make sure that you go back to that exact point and then write that part yourself. And that way it's going to become original, while the rest of the parts you can keep those as is. Now, number 3 is let your identity shine through. The truth is that the best copy, right, is always going to come from real individual with strong beliefs, feelings, because you can understand and emphasize with the actual person, the prospect, right? And for AI like DeepSeek, it's hard to do that in a real way, right? It can do it in a more broad and a formulaic way, but it cannot do that in a nuanced, specific way. So oftentimes, once you have received this general copy that you're going to be using for the video or whatever marketing you're doing, you also need to be one that's going to add in that extra passion, add in that extra color, add in that extra detail, right, that the market is going to respond to. Now, number 4 is going to be taking the prospect's perspective. So Deep AI often writes from the company's or kind of like from the author's point of view. So it's going to say something like, we do this, or it's going to say, or I believe that, right? And everyone's favorite subject is themselves. So really consider editing the copy to the prospect's perspective. So if it says something like, we do this, or I believe that, right? Instead, say something like, if you're looking for this, or perhaps you believe that, right? So you talk about the prospect's perspective as opposed to the company's or the author's point of view. So make sure you make that change when it comes down to copyright to take that prospect's perspective. Now, another principle is to add details and specifics. So again, Deep AI, it's going to seek generalities when it comes down to this copy, and it's going to lack that specificity, that granularity, that color right, that makes people devour and respond to your copy. So as a human partner of DeepSeek AI, you need to step in and add in those real life details based on your own experience and based on your own observations. So for example, right, you might change something like, I understand what it's like to move, to something like, I know what it's like when you're hoping to buy and move into a home that's perfect for you, while not being even sure if you can afford it or if it's the smart thing to do. Because just like you, I was in this situation XYZ years ago, and I still remember with my wife when we were looking for a home, we couldn't find it, right, and so on and so forth. So you would add in that personal experience, you would add in that personal touch, and a little bit of touch of empathy based on your personal experience, and that's going to allow you to have that believability and trust really when it comes down to the copy. Now, lastly, obviously, read it out loud. So if you do nothing else, read DeepSeek AI produced copy that it gets you. Read it out loud, and you're going to spot some spots where it kind of feels a little off, feels a bit unnatural, feels a bit inhuman, and then adjust those parts specifically. That's a very important tip, because oftentimes just these little details that are kind of like missing or they sound odd. So when you hop in, right, you change them, you're going to get that real natural sounding copy. Now, of course, also customize it with DeepSeek, right? So one last thing you can do here, and one last tip, is that you want to use this prompt called this one. So it says, do you have any suggestions of how I could improve the following post designed to the goal of the post? So we can go ahead and go to our previous example. We can put this prompt there, and it's going to follow up with another post or another suggestion for how you can then improve that post to be better. And then you want to obviously add the post if you don't have it in the same thread. Now with this video, obviously there's a lot of things that we covered, but DeepSeek and AI in general is incredibly powerful. And if you want this detailed guide, I would say this is one of the best guides for using actual AI for actual real estate business and real estate agents. All you have to do is just to comment DeepSeek and we'll send this over. So you can see it's a full tutorial with the exact scripts, exact prompts, exact instructions to use this tool to the best world-class ability. So just type in DeepSeek. If you like this, we'll send that over you for free. And additionally, by the way, we also provide free complimentary 45-minute strategy sessions. So if you're interested not only in AI, but I would say more at larger marketing strategy that would encompass your listing appointment generation for online marketing, for how you can run advertisements, how you can create content, and maybe if you're wondering, well, how would this apply to my business exactly, right? How can I do these things online myself in my market based on my experience, and you like us to actually take a look at your marketing, right, based on where you're buying leads from or you're getting leads from or what kind of marketing you're doing, right, and actually analyze it and show you a game plan for how you can improve it. Well, this is 100% free 45-minute strategy call with our client strategist one-on-one. So if you like that, go ahead and click the link down below. I'll put a link there where you can just click, and there's going to be availability to our calendar where you can select the time that is good for you to see and create that game plan for you to add that 5 listing appointments or more every single month. So having said that, if you like the resource, comment DeepSeek, and then also if you'd like the call as well, go ahead to the description and book the call. I'll see you in the next video.